Joining me now is the owner of Terra Industry and cryptocurrency educator, Mike Zuccarelli. Great to have you on. And former federal prosecutor and the Republican nominee for U.S. Senate in Massachusetts, John Deaton. Great to have you here. I'll start with you, Mike. I mean, because you and I, we had a chance to talk over the Bitcoin conference, and you explained to me that the Biden administration was actually going after some of the innovators of cryptocurrency. And explain a little bit to our viewers what they were doing.
Well, Operation Choke Point 2.0 was really putting a strangle on companies that wanted to innovate, exchanges, companies that wanted to do the right thing and couldn't, particularly like Coinbase. Coinbase had to sue the government for guidelines. I mean, it was a mess.
John, talk to me about how the Biden administration didn't really understand the crypto industry. But now with President Trump at the helm here, he's allowing for the innovation to continue. In fact, they want to be the crypto leader in the world. So how is it different right now under the Trump administration?
Oh, well, thank you for having me. It couldn't be any different. Not only did Mike point out Choke Point 2.0, where they were debanking anyone associated with crypto, but you had Jamie Dimon, who was, the chairman of J.P. Morgan Chase, calling it a fraud. Elizabeth Warren announced her re-election by building an anti-crypto army. Her bill would ban the self-custody of crypto, and we flip-flop from that, do a 180, and now you have President Trump appointed an actual crypto czar, David Sachs, along with being an AI czar, and have made this promise that America will be the #1 place for blockchain technology and crypto. And they passed the Genius Act, which made it great for stable coins, which could drive demand for the U.S. dollar abroad. And now we have the Clarity Act that may be getting marked up this week in the U.S. Senate.
Interesting. Mike, talk to me about regulations, because that's really the big hang-up right now, from what I understand with Bitcoin, is there is the thought that there should be more regulations. How far away are we from that? And how would that change the game of crypto?
Well, listen, amongst the cryptocurrency community, especially the Bitcoin maxis, regulation is a negative. But in order to get the institutional investment, to get a lot of people involved, we need regulations. Senator Cynthia Lummis was speaking at BTC while we were there, and she made a lot of great points. And getting the Clarity Act passed is going to bring clarity to the entire issue, and that's why we need it. So in order to get Bitcoin and crypto to the next level, we need that, and we need to educate the older generation about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, because it's a different financial class. We spoke a lot about Kevin O'Leary, and now he puts about 10 to 15% of his portfolio into crypto. It's going to be big, and the future of the technology is important, and it's another thing to get ahead of our adversaries as well. We don't want them controlling this market.
John, I mean, that's the big thing, too, is you want this industry to evolve, but you also had there are potentially bad actors out there, and that's one thing that the FBI director had said, that he's going to go after those bad actors if they're out there. I mean, if they're taking advantage of the crypto industry, you can still be prosecuted. What's your take?
No, absolutely. And listen, it's something that's necessary. It's not that difficult to figure out smart, tailored regulations that foster this innovation and foster it here in the United States, but at the same time protect the end consumer. And listen, there's a lot of misconception. Blockchain, Bitcoin, it is a public distributed ledger. The truth is, you'd have to be a moron to want to do crime on the blockchain, because every notation on the ledger can be seen. In fact, Hamas at one point came out and said, don't make any kind of donation to us in crypto because it can be seized and frozen. But Mike is right. Once we get the clarity, it allows the Charles Schwabs, which has already indicated that they're getting into Bitcoin, Ethereum trading, the Morgan Stanleys, the Vanguards, the BlackRocks of the world to come in. And I think you're going to see a lot of companies like Morgan Stanley come out and say that they recommend up to 5% of anyone's portfolio be in this asset class.
Mike, just last question to you. I mean, you look at cryptocurrency, and a lot of people still are trying to wrap their head around it and understand it. What do you think? How do you, for people that are watching that don't get it or don't understand how it works, is it a way to summarize it in 30 seconds?
I'll try. It's a digital form of currency that's not controlled by any entity or government. Bitcoin is a decentralized cryptocurrency that's operated by the crypto miners, companies like myself that host machines that keep it decentralized around the world. There's node operators all across the world. So no one entity could actually control Bitcoin. You could take all the compute power in the world, put it together, and you still wouldn't be able to control it. It's just not the way the algorithm works. So, it was a little bit of, oh, we can't beat them. Now we're joining them, and, freedom won in finance for this one.
Yeah. 50 million Americans, they say, have Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. So
it's a lot.
Clearly a lot of people are involved in it. John, Mike, great to see you. Thank you so much for coming on.